Hello there and welcome back to my daily videos. Today we are doing the lesson 66. Sorry, my brain is not working properly at this time. My happiness and my function are one. The lesson invites us to recognize that our ultimate joy lies in aligning with our function, which is to extend love, forgiveness, and healing. Let's go to the text. You have surely noticed an emphasis throughout our recent lessons on the connection between fulfilling your function and achieving happiness. This is because you do not really see the connection. Yet, there is more than just a connection between them. They are the same. Sorry if you are hearing some noise from outside. There are laborers working, I think, in the house next to this one. So sorry for that. I'm going to try to speak loud, in a loud voice. Louder, I think that is the word. Sorry. The ego does constant battle with the Holy Spirit on the fundamental question of what your function is. The course called the Holy Spirit, I know that everyone we have in our mind like a Holy Spirit is something relative with religion, but here the Holy Spirit is like our highest being, that part of ourself that is, because we are a spirit, so it's that part of ourself that is pure, that is holy, and that there is not like a dirty with the perception of this world. Is still in connection with God. So it's the the Holy Spirit is the the tool. It's not the proper word, sorry. It's something that just thinking about it to explain, like a tool between the divinity and this terrenal world, this physical world. So that is the meaning or the purpose of the Holy Spirit in A Course in Miracles. So the ego attacks and the Holy Spirit does not respond. He knows what your function is. He knows that it is your happiness. He is talking about the Holy Spirit. So it's doing a comparison between ego and the Holy Spirit. So I go again. The ego does constant battle with the Holy Spirit on the fundamental question and what your function is. So does it to do constant battle with the Holy Spirit about what your happiness is. It is not a two-way battle. The ego attacks and the Holy Spirit doesn't respond. He knows what your function is. He knows that it is your happiness. Today we will try to go past this wholly meaningless battle and arrive at the truth about your function. We will not engage in senseless argument about what it is. We will not become hopelessly involved in defining happiness and determining the means for achieving it. We will not indulge the ego by listening to its attacks on truth. We will merely be glad that we can find out what truth is. Our longer practice period today has as its purpose your acceptance of the fact that not only is there a very real connection between the function God gave you and your happiness, but that they are actually identical. God gives you only happiness. Therefore, the function He gave you must be happiness, even if it appears to be different. Today's exercises are attempt to go beyond these differences in appearance and recognize a common content where it exists in truth. Sorry, today I am struggling a lot. Begin the 10 to 15 minute practice periods by reviewing this thought. God gives me only happiness. He has given my function to me. Therefore, my function must be happiness. The first premise is that God gives you only happiness. This could be false, of course, but in order to be false, it is necessary to define God as something He is not. Love cannot give evil, and what is not happiness is evil. God cannot give what He does not have, and He cannot have what He is not. Oh my God, this course sometimes is very confusing, but if you repeat the idea once and again, I promise you that you will understand. Unless God gives you only happiness, he must be evil. And it is this definition of Him you are believing if you don't accept the first premise. That the first premise is God gives you only happiness. The second premise is that God has given you your function. We have seen that there are only two parts of your mind. One is ruled by the ego, and it's made up of illusions. The other is the home of the Holy Spirit, where truth abides. There are not other guides but these to choose between, and no other outcomes possible as a result of your choice but the fear that the ego always engenders and the love that the Holy Spirit always offers to replace it. Thus, it must be your function is established by God through His voice, or is made by the ego which you have made to replace Him. Which is true, unless God gave your function to you must be the gift or of the ego. Does the ego really have gift to give, being itself an illusion and offering only the illusion of gift? Think about this the longer practice period today. Think also about the many forms the illusion of your function has taken in your mind, and the many ways in which you tried to find salvation under the ego's guidance. Did you find it? Were you happy? Did you bring you peace? We need great honesty today. Remember the outcomes fairly, and consider also whether it was ever reasonable to expect happiness from anything the ego ever proposed. Yet the ego is the only alternative to the Holy Spirit voice. In the shorter practice periods, which will be most helpful today if undertaken twice an hour, this form of application is suggested. My happiness and function are one, because God has given me both. It will not take more than a minute, and probably less, to repeat these words slowly and thinking about them a little while as you say them. A bit long, this lesson. So remember to repeat the idea for 10 or 15 minutes, that it's God gives me only happiness. He has given my function to me. Therefore, my function must be happiness. So the Course is repeating all the time the same in different words, in different orders, but the meaning is always the same. Remember that the purpose of this lesson is to guide you from the ego's mind to the divine mind, to the God's mind. So that mind is pure, unlimited, no judgment, no illusion, free illusion. So that's why the Course is repeating always the same in different ways, different manners. It's because the ego is very, very smart, very clever. Okay, so this is the idea for today. And as I say yesterday, I am creating a community from A Course in Miracles. So if you want to know more information about this, let me know in the comment, and I hope that you can join to my community. Okay, that is everything for today. See you tomorrow in another daily video and daily lessons. Bye bye.